Shalom. And I want to start off by giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wakach, Wadash. Double honors to my teachers, the head apostles, and elders of Great Millstone, and salutations to you, Arkham, that's out there listening, pushing forth the word of truth and sincerity, and you few Akwat as well, that's listening with sincerity. I'm the brother Machaya from the camp, JMS Montreal, coming back with another lesson. And earlier this morning, I just watched the apostles' lesson about the tape, the elder apostle Tahar's lesson about the tape of Esau trying to take down one of our celestial vehicles, okay? One of the chariots of the Lord, which the world ignorantly calls them UFOs or UAPs. UFOs for unidentified flying object, or UAPs, unidentified flying phenomenon. So they try to shoot one down, man, with a Hellfire missile. And it did not work, okay? You know, go watch the elder apostle Tahar's lesson. Yeah, I'm saying you can see in the clip, you know, the missile had a direct hit, and then there was like little fragments that fell off from the chariot. And as you continue watching the clip, the chariot just kept on going, and those fragments that fell off followed the chariot. you know, which is very heavy, man. And we know that the Lord did this, on purpose. The Lord allowed that to happen on purpose. We know truly, that the technology that Esau has with his missiles can never really truly damage the vehicles of the Lord, man, because they're spiritual. Okay, the Lord did that, just for the theatrics of this big movie, man. Because Esau pride has to get built up, man. He has to believe, that he actually like defeat the Lord. you know. But hey, it was man, shit. Esau's not ready, man. He's not ready to fight the Lord, man, with the vehicles that we have. So he's not ready to fight the Lord with the vehicles that we have, man. So let's read this in Isaiah. No, is it Isaiah? Yes, Isaiah. What's that? 30, 31. Isaiah the 31st chapter, and verse 3. It says, "Now the Egyptians are men and not God, and the horse is flesh and not spirit. When the Lord shall stretch out his hand, both he that helpeth shall fall, and he that is hoping shall fall down, and they shall fail together. They all shall fail together." Okay? So scriptures is telling you the Egyptians representing Esau, Edom, the technology that he has, the force that he has, it's flesh. It's not spirit, man. So in no way, no how could he defeat the angels of the Lord, man, or take down one of our celestial vehicles. No way, no how. Okay? Yeah, I'm saying, I don't care whatever missile you try to throw at the chariot, you try to throw at the angels, it will not work. Okay? Because, hey, the prophecy in 2nd Ezra, the 13th chapter, speaks about the war to come that Esau's going to have with Yahweh Shai and the angels, man. And what happened? They're not going to come out victorious. you know? It said like the Lord have gathered up and blasted and burned them up, man. Furthermore, Revelation, the 12th chapter, tells y'all that the dragon is going to fall. He's going to be defeated against Michael and the rest of the angels, man. You know what I'm saying? So, yo, that little clip, man, I know it struck fear in Esau, man. The fact that they tried to shoot that missile and it didn't work. And when you watch the video, the guy that was basically, describing what was happening, his voice was a bit shaky, man. He was fearful. Which another brother's lesson I watched was the brother in Dallas, soldier of Yahweh Shai. I watched his lesson too. What I'm saying? He pointed that out. That the guy, when he was speaking, there was fear in his voice. His voice got a bit shaky. you know? So, yeah, the brother Tazama. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man. Esau's not ready, man. He's not ready, man. Okay? No matter what type of weapon that you try to build, and, oh, yeah, surely this one right here, Hellfire Missile 2.0. You know, surely it's gonna work. You know what I'm saying? Inferno, ballistic missile, whatever, inferno missile, whatever name that you try to give it, it will not work. Okay. I want to get this as well in Isaiah 54 in verse 17. It says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper." See, no weapon that Esau tries to fabricate, which ultimately, the knowledge that Esau has acquired to split these atoms and make these weapons of mass destruction, it came from the Lord. Okay, it came from the Lord. Oh, hey, verse 16. Let's jump to verse 16, man, to back up my point. This is Isaiah 54 and verse 16. It says, "Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I've created the waster to destroy." So, in so many words, the Lord is saying right here, these scientists, these guys that's capable of making, nuclear weapons or atomic weapons or hellfire missiles, whatever type of weapon you could think of, the Lord gave them that knowledge. He opened their mind either through visions or a dream, and then what? They saw the calculations to put these elements together to make these weapons of mass destruction. Okay, he's the one that created the smith that blew up the coals in the fire, man. And ultimately, that's why here, when you go down to verse 17, it says, "No weapon that is formed against thee shall prosper." Against the Israelites and against the angels. You know what I'm saying? Because the angels are our brethren, are they not? You know what I'm saying? That's what the angel told John in the island of Patmos when he tried to bow down and worship him. He said, "Hey, don't do so. I'm of your fellow brethren. I have the testimony of Yahweh Shai. Worship the Lord." For the testimony of Yahweh Shai is the spirit of prophecy. That's what he told them. Right? So no weapon that is formed against us, the angels, you know what I'm saying? It will not prosper. No way, no how. Alright? And every tongue that shall rise against thee in judgment thou shalt condemn. This is the heritage of the servants of the Lord, and the righteousness is of me, saith the Lord. Yeah, that's our heritage. Okay, the point was really, thank you. The point was really the first headline there, right? Of how that no weapon that is formed against us is going to prosper, man. Okay? Because trust me, man. Yo, whew, Esau's not ready to see the Lord invade the earth, man, with the thousands of heaven, man, which our forefathers prophesied about, Enoch prophesied about. The way that the chariots maneuver, man, yo, it defies the laws of gravity. Okay, it doesn't need to slow down to turn. You know what I'm saying? If it wants to turn left at full speed, you're gonna turn left full speed, no slowing down. Ezekiel, the first chapter goes into that, man. Is it either the first or the second chapter? It goes into how the chariots maneuver, man. He is not ready, man. Let's get Zechariah the fifth chapter, man. Hey, this is just a glimpse of how these like it says. Let's get it in Zechariah. He's gonna enter to the house of the thief. Okay, so this is Zechariah 5 and verse 1. It says, "Then I turned and lift up mine eyes and looked, and behold, a flying roll." Yeah, sometimes the chariots, UFOs, UAPs, however the Lord, I mean the world, that was a slip of the tongue right there. The world wants to call it. Sometimes in the scriptures is described as a flying roll, okay, a cloud, a ball of fire, if I'm not mistaken. You know what I'm saying? You know, what else? Mountain, okay. Second Ezra, the 13th chapter is described as a mountain, right? There's different terms that the chariots are described in the scriptures, and right here it's like a roll, right? And he said unto me, "What seest thou?" And I answered, "I see a flying roll. The length thereof is 20 cubits, and the breadth thereof 10 cubits." Then he said unto me, "This is the curse that goeth forth over the face of the whole earth. For everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it." See? That's the curse, man. This curse is for what it says. For the people, for everyone that stealeth shall be cut off as on this side according to it. And we know Esau is the main thief on the earth, man. All the riches in which, yesterday we briefly touched on that. I can't, Esau is a thief. All the riches he acquired, how he acquired his rulership is by thievery, frauding, stealing, and killing. John 10 and 10. The thief coming back for to steal and to kill and to destroy. So of course this curse is mainly for him. This is a curse for Esau. Well, this is a blessing for us because that's the vehicles of our salvation, man. You know? It goes on and says, and everyone that sweareth shall be cut off as on that side according to it. I will bring it forth, said the Lord of hosts, and it shall enter into the house of the thief. Who's the number one thief? Esau. Psalms goes into how that he has consented with thieves. You know, yeah, Mount Rushmore. What I'm saying? All these guys that they carve their face into the mountain, they're thieves. They're murderers. Okay? That's who Esau exalts in the society, man. Anyways, it says, and into the house of him that sweareth falsely by my name, and it shall remain in the midst of his house, and shall consume it with the timber thereof and the stones thereof. Yeah, Esau is going to destroy man, because we know that and the destruction that's to come, there's going to be missiles that's going to be shot, nuclear missiles, okay, in the midst of World War III. I'm saying nuclear missiles going to be shot, and also as that's going to happen, it was going to come to this realm, the earthly realm, with his chariots, and also use lasers from these chariots to zap people, to destroy Esau's infrastructure. So he is through. He is through. That was just an omen, man. And there's other instances where Esau tried to shoot missiles at the chariots and it never worked. So man, this is really going to be a futile, very futile battle that Esau is going to try to have with the Lord. Let's read Revelation 12, man. Revelation 12 and verse 7. It says, and there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Okay? The archangel Michael. Okay? Michael Allah. Like the Most High. You know what I'm saying? Which the Most High is a man of war. So that's the chief right there for war. You know what I'm saying? That's why he's coming, man. Fight. You know what I'm saying? And his angels shall fight against the dragon. Dragon representing E. And those are the angels that he has is his military force. And the dragon fought and his angels and prevailed not. Neither was their place found anymore in heaven. You see, he did not prevail. Esau will not prevail, it's written. And we know that the Lord is not a man that he should lie. Okay? So Esau, no way, no how will he prevail. He will lose. He will lose, man. A very terrible, terrible loss, man. It says, and the great dragon was cast out, that old serpent called the devil and Satan, which deceiveth the whole world. He was cast out into the earth, and his angels were cast out with him. Through. He will not win. Who's gonna win? Yahweh Shai. Psalms 98. Let's get Psalms 98. Bear with me. Psalms 98 and verse 1. It says, O sing unto the Lord a new song, for he hath done marvelous things. His right hand and his holy arm hath gotten him the victory. Who's the Lord's right hand? Yahweh Shai. Okay, Yahweh Shai has gotten the Lord, the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, the victory, man. Ah, man, yeah, when I watching that video this morning, man, yeah, it was beautiful, man. I was happy. You know what I'm saying? I was like, wow. The mere fact that the point that the brother Tazama pointed out, the pieces that fell off the chariot, which the Lord did that on purpose, and continued to follow the chariot, man, showing you that most likely it was grafted back in. The chariot didn't have to stop, fall down, and Esau gets to have it like he portrays in these sci-fi movies, saying, "Oh, it's aliens." Oh, get the fuck out of here, man. Esau's pseudoscience is lies. It ain't working no more, man. You know what I'm saying? Those vehicles are brothers that send there, so-called black men. But anyways, man, I'm gonna close it off there, man. By giving all the praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Wachach Kodesh. Lord willing, this lesson was edifying. Until next time, I'm gonna say